Cool.
Yes, we are back again here. I am with one of my favorite comedians in New York City. He's been on Letterman 4 times, count it, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He's a staple to all the New York clubs, the Comedy Cellar, all the clubs in the city. I could just spend time listing all the clubs, so that would be really boring. And he tours around, opening up for some of your favorite comedians and on his own. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Talkie Walkie. It is Mr. As we walk upstairs.
Yeah.
It is Mr. Michael Somerville.
What's up?
Yeah,
You're
buddy.
really making me work. I thought
I'm
we were
sorry
just
about that.
interview.
No, we're going in elliptical. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are
Usually I
toning.
walk or talk. I rarely do both at the same time.
Well, we can take breaks.
Please.
It's going to be fun because it's been raining for 4 days.
Yeah. It's
So-
been. So thankfully, I think it's cool, fresh New York air.
Yeah.
I don't know if fresh is the right word for
That's
New York
fresh.
City air, but
Fresh just feels good. It's nice when it rains. Don't you feel like all the piss and shit gets kind of washed off on the sidewalks, and it's kind of like a restart?
Yeah, that's a romantic way of looking at it.
I try to be as romantic as possible on my Talkie Walkies.
I feel like a celebrity with my sunglasses on, being filmed. Should I take them off? It's a little
No.
sunny.
Keep them on. Keep
All
them on.
right.
Well, you are. You've been recognized for your work on the social media. I know.
All the stuff we do for social media and everything, we're all just trying to put stuff out there. My biggest recognition was still, I went to a New York Yankees game, and the camera zoomed in on me and called me the fan of the game.
That's awesome.
And more people know me from that.
That's so funny.
than from Letterman.
How did you get to be the fan of the game? Were you wearing a Yankee shirt or something?
Actually, I wasn't. I don't think, I was having a good time. I was in the middle of a laugh, and I was actually with my dad at the game.
Oh,
and
that's
eating
great.
a hot
How
dog,
sweet.
drinking a beer. And for some, I think they must just look around for someone who looks fun.
Oh,
and,
that's fun.
Yeah, so fan of the game.
Well, you are a fan. I'm a fan of you. So I don't know if that makes.
This is like a whole loving thing we have going on.
It truly is.
You're a fan of the game. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Now we're in the Matrix.
Okay, so we are. I should tell the people where we're walking. So you live in the Hudson Yards area.
Correct.
Find them.
Yeah.
And
Please don't.
No, please don't. We are. He has a kid and a wife, and we are by the shed.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't really ever know how to show things on here, but that looks kind of incredible. And then we're going to the vessel.
Yes.
Which let me flip the camera around because this thing, a lot of controversy
Yeah.
behind the vessel.
Yes.
Do you think it's ugly?
I do not. I think it's really kind of cool. They call it what is it, upside down honeycomb and all.
Oh.
I think it's a neat thing. It's particularly pretty at night when they light it up.
Oh, I don't
And-
think I've seen it at night.
Yeah, and they do it up for Christmas and the whole thing. So no, I like it. I think it's cool, and it's bringing in a lot of visitors and tourists, and as is the whole of Hudson Yards area. So
Yeah.
that's good for business, right? The
Yeah.
economy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They had to close it. You used to be able to walk up to the top of it, and I remember I was there when you could go up there.
Did you?
Then they closed it because a lot of people jumped off it to
Yeah.
unalive themselves, which is very sad.
Yeah, exactly. That is sad. And they approached the artist, actually. They wanted to put like fencing or some sort of barrier so people couldn't jump off of
Yeah.
it. And I guess part of his contract was any changes to it he had to approve, and he refused. He said it's not, wouldn't be the art piece that I made if you start putting fence up. So now just no one can go up there.
Wow. Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird looking. It looks like a spaceship almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's cool.
Nah,
Not hated.
I like it. I mean, I like this whole area. There was nothing here, and it's weird. In New York City, you would think like every plot of land
Right.
has been built on and everything.
Yeah. What was this?
Is occupied. There's
before?
nothing. This was where they were gonna build the stadium, the football stadium, like 25 years ago for the
okay.
Jets, and that got voted down. But it was just the rail yards.
Yeah,
and
that's
so all
right.
the trains run underneath the ground, but
Yeah.
there was nothing really on top. And man, they built an entire new area that people now come to, and we got the other criticism is this right behind us is the mall.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going like, oh, New York City, that's just Hudson Yards is just a big mall.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I grew up in New Jersey, I love malls. So
Yeah, okay. I like a good mall sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember when my wife was still living in Wisconsin, she'd work from home, she worked remote. And so I would go to her house And sometimes during the day, I just go to the mall.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I like going to the mall, walking around, and
well, as comics on the road, right? I mean, having a mall is priceless, especially if you're in a town for any number of days. You're like, all right, I got a mall to go to. That's something.
Sometimes the show is in the mall.
That's
and then it's like two birds with one stone.
I was doing a show in Laughlin, Nevada once at a casino.
Ooh.
And I'm bragging. It was about 120 degrees. No exaggeration. I think it was 118 degrees.
Wow.
It was August.
That's so hot.
And there's not much there to do. But there's a mall, and it's one of those weird, sketchy malls that you don't recognize any of the store names. But it's like the only thing to do. And so I went across the first day. I was there 7 days. Went the first day, and that was it. It was like 2 hallways. Went in every store. I'm like, well, that took 2 minutes. Oh, well. And that night in the green room, the comics were like, what'd you do today? I'm like, I went over, did the mall. And they're like, you saved some though, right? You didn't do the whole mall yet, right? And I was like, well, no, there wasn't much there.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to just do one side the first day. And then these road comics who are veterans and new, like, you got to conserve because now you got nothing to do for the rest of the week.
Exactly. So what do you do on the road when you're say there's no mall. Say you're in Nevada, there's no mall. What do you do?
What
do you do?
When you're being good, right? You call it a job. You go to the gym, you write, you listen to your set from the night before, you work on projects, you do your social media. I mean, that's, when you're doing it well.
I mean, that's like, I always have such good intentions. You know what I mean?
I always start out well, too.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think it's important to bring, you have Mitch Fatel, a really funny, great comic I used to open for.
Oh yeah, very funny guy.
He always had that advice. He said, our days are free for a reason. He goes, that's because there's stuff to do. And he was very regimented. He used to write in, I think, 33-minute increments. He would set an alarm.
Interesting.
And he'd write for 33
Why
minutes.
33, you think?
I don't know how he ended up with that. Maybe a superstition or something.
Okay.
And he would sit down and write for 33 minutes. And then he would go to the gym or do his coffee or do something else, write for another 33 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Kind of spreads it out.
Yeah.
I like that.
It is. Well, then it's manageable, right?
Yeah,
Rather than sitting down going, I'm going to write all day, or I'm going to, and then just staring at the TV and getting to the club at night and having no new jokes.
I never really turn on the TV, but I will go on YouTube or something or TikTok and scroll for hours, and then suddenly it's like midnight or 2 in the morning, and I'm like, what have I been doing with my time?
Well, I'm the same. I'm older, so I mean, TV in a hotel used to be a great thing, but it's dawned on me. The last couple of years, I realized I'll leave a hotel room having never once turned it on.
It's nice.
I'm just like, nah, you don't need it anymore. But sports, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah. But other than that, but even that these days, right? The NFL's on YouTube and everything. I mean, Peacock and Prime. So.
Oh man, yeah.
So anyway, so that's the gist of Hudson Yards right there.
Very cool.
But it sort of expands. It depends, where you want to say it ends.
Well, they're doing a ton of construction. Like over here, they're tearing up the street.
There's still,
a couple of yards in front of us.
Yep, there's still building. There's, I think, parks and a school and a bunch of other stuff that's supposed to go. That's the Jacob Javits Center, obviously the large building over there. So
that's where Hillary Clinton was going to have her big, we won speech.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, at the Javits Center.
Yeah, now it's the boat show. But it's a neat neighborhood. And I remember going to the Javits years ago. I think my dad took me to the car show over there, and it was like no man's land because there was nothing here. And so you had to get all the way over to the west side of Manhattan and be like, I don't even know where we are now. But now it's a very natural,
So just another part of the city now.
Yeah, and a cool, clean part. That was what I liked about it. I lived in a building that was 120 years old.
Oh, I remember that building.
Yeah, I've been there. And, when my wife and I decided to get a place together, I think we were both ready for, a place that just felt good. You walked in,
Your old place was interesting. Like, it seemed like, first of all, amazing location, right on Greenwich Avenue, was it?
It was West 11th, between Greenwich and Washington Streets,
Okay. Very cool area.
Amazing area, yeah.
And for a single comic, it was like the best case scenario because it was, I'm guessing, fairly affordable. Because
rent stabilized.
And then great location, close downtown, close to the club.
Exactly. No, it was amazing, and I was on the road so much.
That's what I was gonna say, and it was kind of just like a storage for your clothes and stuff.
Exactly. Right? In fact, as you well know, the bathroom wasn't even in the apartment.
That is right.
It was in the hallway.
Why did they do that?
Take a key like a gas station. So when it was built, the law at the time, when that building was built, was you only had to have one bathroom for every 2 apartments.
That's crazy.
And so they had 4 apartments per floor, and they put 2 bathrooms just in the middle in the hallway. After that, they installed bathrooms in the front 2 apartments, so everyone had their own, but mine was in the hallway. Wow. And yeah, I gotta tell you.
So wait, did you have your own bathroom, or did you share
I had
a
my
bathroom?
own, but I just had to leave the apartment to use it. And when I moved in, I took it over from an actor friend, a guy who was in my acting class actually.
Oh wow!
And he told me, he's like, "No, don't worry, it seems weird, but women actually love it because you know it's small quarters. They they get a little noises and things coming from the restroom.
Yep.
And I found that not to be the case. Women did not love it.
Oh no, they didn't.
They did not. That was,
I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
it
made sense to me. I'm like, oh yeah, they get a little privacy. And I told that once to a woman I was dating, and she said, no, putting on clothes at 2 a.m. to go in the hallway is not privacy.
Were there ever times you just go in your boxers or anything?
Yes.
I would assume I would do that all the time.
Well,
I even check the mail right now in my boxers.
Even one better.
Oh God, you were 100% naked.
Yeah. So when I first moved in, it was the first time I had my own apartment. Just so happy. Like I can't believe I'm living by myself. I'm paying my bills as a stand-up comic. I felt like I had made it. And I was in this play with some friends, a local play we just did here in New York. We'd go out at night, and I was just, first month living the dream. Like I've made it. This is great. And we went out pretty hard at the pubs and came home, pretty buzzed. Ripped up my clothes, crashed in bed, woke up 4 a.m, whatever. Like, got to go to the bathroom. So just half awake, stumbled down, butt naked. I know where the bathroom is. I know how to get there.
Yeah.
And I sober up about halfway through peeing, and I was like, oh, I'm in the hallway. And actually, correction, it was more like 6 a.m.
Oh, you didn't even make it to the bathroom?
No, I got to the bathroom, and then I was going to the bathroom when I realized, I just walked down our hall, my public hall, naked. Now, thankfully, it was, like I said, it was closer to 6 a.m. And the only reason I know that is because I go, oh, shoot. Well, it's only about 12 steps to my apartment.
Yeah. That's true.
It's dark, it's quiet.
That's true.
Nothing. I open my door and I just start kind of like doing the speed walk thing.
Yeah.
My neighbor who lives across was going to work, opens the door, comes out, and I'm just coming at him, this and he just has this look of terror. I mean, I've never seen him.
Oh my God.
He was in a suit with a briefcase, and he just goes,
And did you have to see him the next day?
I never saw that guy much, so it was I was on the road.
Wow.
We had different schedules.
All right.
But I was welcome to the building.
Wow. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, that was quite a start to both our days. And I think I mumbled as I was just going by. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I'm naked, but I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That's so funny. That's wild. Oh man. So, Letterman 4 times is such a cool thing to say.
Well, it used to be. I don't think anyone knows what it is anymore.
Well, I think people know, especially comics, of course. But can you just take me back to like that first time you did Letterman? Because it's such a. Oh my! First of all, how do people do this? How that's so many boxes.
Oh wow.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive. He needs help.
I know. That's funny. So yeah, how did
you want to go a certain direction, or you want to just chill?
I think we should. Oh, where do you want to walk to?
Oh, I don't care. I don't know what you like to show people.
Well, the thing is,
this is just going towards tunnel traffic and probably a lot of honking.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to take a right here then?
Then it gets really ugly.
All right. Well, do you want to go back this way?
Let's turn left. Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll go towards the Javits.
Okay. Cool.
Well, just a quick story about people knowing Letterman or not. I was performing at a college back. I guess Letterman retired in 2015. I was performing at a college, maybe 2017 or 18, and this kid, got to the college, was setting up, doing whatever, and the guy in the room, one of the students, was like, "Oh, are you the comedian tonight?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you have a Netflix special?" And I said, "No, but I was on Letterman 4 times." And he goes, "What's that, a website?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's 2 years later.
That kills me
sometimes. Kids don't watch TV.
Yeah, that's true. Now, don't you feel like, maybe I sound like a broken record, but right now, like a social media clip that goes viral does the same amount as a late night show?
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I'm only saying that. Maybe I'm only saying that because I haven't done 4 Letterman.
Because you don't have any late night. No.
I have 1 Letterman credit. I did a juggling thing on Letterman.
Okay. No, I think you're absolutely right. Well, if you look at the actual numbers, right? Like, what was a good late night spot?
Right.
You know, 2 million viewers there to get a show or something?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
1 point something, maybe
Yeah.
3 or whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, if you look at that, you know, alone, you go, okay. You know, it legitimized you.
Yeah.
That was the nice thing about late night spots.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I didn't get a sitcom, but all of a sudden I got booked more. I got corporates, clubs that were gonna book me, did book me.
It's so cool.
It kind of helped me get to that next level or whatever. But yeah, you know, then you're kind of only as good as your last thing. And you know, I did 4.
That's so cool.
8 if you count reruns.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you retired, and now you're just like, you know, how do you? And it's getting more and more vague, right? Social media. What is? You know, people you've never heard of, never seen them in a comedy club.
Well, you're killing it on social media, though.
Well, thanks to you. You taught me everything.
No, I mean you would have figured it out anyways. It's
unlikely.
Well, you have this I don't know what you call them, like a reoccurring. You have like shows almost. Like you have Wingman, the Wingman series.
Wingman, yeah.
Then you had what do you call them, the bar series?
That's Wingman.
Oh, that's Wingman.
And then How to Blank a Man was the original name of the relationship sketches.
Is that the original one that went viral? How to Blank a Man?
Yeah, exactly.
Those are so funny. They're really short, which is why they went viral. They're like 30-second to like 50-second, right?
Yeah.
Clips.
Always under a minute.
Always they have a beginning, middle, and an end. You're big on the 3-act structure. Traditionalist, which is great. And they're just like everyday, like guy-girl relationship drama problems. They're really funny, and they're so like it's kind of like your stand-up came to life.
Yeah.
In a 30-second vignette.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. That was sort of what I did. I mean, I had a lot of relationship humor in my stand-up. So I realized, well, that's an opportunity. We'll hook to the left here.
All right.
If you want to cross. Or,
sure, let's cross. Should we go to the left then cross?
Yeah.
All right.
So I had a lot of jokes that people liked, and so I wanted to make something. Like we're always trying to get a sitcom or trying to get the next thing in this business. And I wrote a few scripts based on my stand-up, and didn't get a deal, didn't get a show, and so I was like, well, this day and age, you can go out with a camera, as we are here, and just make your own thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I just started making them for fun, and thankfully people liked them, and you helped me edit them, make them nice and tight.
Yeah, they look great.
No, they're fun to make. I think we're gonna make some more probably next few months from now.
How to Blank a Man?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But I'll have to figure out a new name, because originally it was like there was a learning and a lesson in those cards that we had. Here's the takeaway, and then you helped me just make them tighter.
Sure.
And take all that stuff out. So maybe I need a new name.
Maybe. I mean, I don't even know if you need a name for it.
No, that's true.
Because it's just people just kind of get into the stuff.
Well, people call me the sandwich guy now, because that one that went so viral.
They call you the sandwich guy?
Yeah.
How many views does that have?
Like 20-something million.
Woo!
Yeah. And
wait, it's 20 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just my girlfriend trying to stop me from eating a sandwich because we're going to her parents for dinner. And I'm like, it's fine. I'll be ready. I'll eat again. No worries.
Yeah.
And that struck a chord with people.
Yeah.
And it's funny. You don't know what's going to hit and what's not. Like some of this stuff. Well, you know how this is.
Yeah.
Things you think are so funny.
Don't do anything.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, just some random. Yeah. It's so weird.
I also got to say, sometimes I repost videos.
Yeah.
After a certain amount of time, I'll say, hey, this is funny. I believe in it. It didn't do what I thought it could do.
Yeah.
Within the last week, I had 2 videos get over 2 million views because I just reposted them.
Is that right? Yeah.
And I don't know why, the algorithm wanted to push out this video or people connected to it, but it's the same exact video, didn't make any changes.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm like, where were you all 7 months ago? Or even like 2 years ago?
For the last 20 years, yes.
Right. When I posted this.
Where were you? Exactly. No, that's true. I think you're right. I mean, algorithms I know nothing about, but I think timing and also you get more fans, right? You keep posting.
You do, yeah.
2 years later, you have more fans who maybe haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're like, this is why I love the guy.
But turning fans into people who buy tickets, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole. Yeah.
That's as a comedian, we're trying to build our tribe, build our following.
Right.
And so you want to do a podcast, you want to put out clips, you want to make sketches, you want to collab with other people who you think are funny.
Well, yeah, and that's, and then you want them to like you and want to see your stuff. And interesting story, I was flipping around, talking about hotel TVs.
Yeah.
Flipping around and stumbled upon a Journey concert from back in whatever, 1970, whatever the year was. It was Don't Stop Believing.
Nice.
That had just come out. That song
Okay.
that is now obviously iconic.
It's a great song.
And, everyone goes nuts for it. Well, it was wild because the album had just come out, and they were playing it, and the response was like,
meh.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm watching this crowd go,
Wow.
oh my God, they don't realize they're listening to a song that's going to become.
That makes me feel so much better.
Right?
Because then sometimes things just take time.
Right.
Things take time to grow, and you gotta grow into it maybe. I don't know what it is, but that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Do I want to go down to the water?
Sure. I mean, that's
So
part
this
of
is the
cultural
Javits Center here.
There you go.
Yeah. We are on, 11th Avenue and 34th
This would be
Street.
34th, yeah.
You keep going on this way on 34th Street, you get to Macy's and Herald Square, and a couple blocks away is Madison Square Garden. So you can actually see Madison Square Garden from your old place. I don't know what your view's like on your new place, but
No, a different view, but we could see the garden, which I loved. I'm kind of a New York sports fan, so I had nights. In fact, going to the Stevie Nicks concert there this Sunday.
Wait, this Sunday, Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
Oh my God! An ad came up on my phone, sorry to interrupt.
No.
And I was like, oh, I should surprise Gina, but I'm going to be in Mexico.
Oh, well, that sounds not so bad.
Well, yeah, no, it'd be fun, but I would rather, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. But that's the cool thing. And that's one of the things I love about New York is like, you see, not that it's cheap, not that, but, it's something like that. You're like, we're going to go to the concert, we're going to walk down the street, we're going to leave 4 minutes before we need to be there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Walk down the street, be in Madison Square Garden. I do that sometimes for a Rangers game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and you're just like, this is, something you can't do anywhere else.
I love it. I love New York.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun for that reason. And, like you said, you pay a price to live here.
Sure do.
Well, you just picked up, so I don't know if we're allowed to talk about your recent ticket purchase, but I don't know who knows what. So
I don't think Gina will listen to this.
All right.
But I did buy Jonas Brothers tickets yesterday. And did I send you the screenshot?
Yes.
Yeah, spent a lot of money on them. But they were 6th row.
That's amazing.
VIP tickets. And it doesn't come with like a meet and greet or anything. Although it's just like no artist participation, which is fine. I don't need to meet. I mean, I need to meet them, but I've already met Nick and Kevin just on the street in New York.
Oh, really?
Yes. But I have yet to meet Joe.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm losing them. But yeah, I love spending money on experiences. I
couldn't agree more.
I dropped a lot of money on Backstreet Boys tickets, and I don't know. I love it.
Well, I feel the same way, and I think it's sometimes you pay. You're paying too much. It's insane, but exactly. Like I'd rather have that memory. My wife is a big Taylor Swift fan, and she was in East Rutherford, Jersey, and I paid way too much, but my wife had the best time.
Yeah.
She took her friend. I didn't want to go.
I'm so mad I didn't go with Kate.
Yeah.
We would have had the best time.
Yeah, you guys would have. But then, for the rest of her life, she's like, that was it. You went. As opposed to me buying, I don't know, some piece of jewelry or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do things, go places.
Apparently, women still like jewelry, though. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
As much as we say we don't like to buy it, they still like it.
I think I actually expressed that very same thought to her. I was like, listen, what do you do? Just buy a piece of jewelry, or like you have?
Wait, what?
What's that?
She's like, yeah, do that. Do both.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she was like, well, no, they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I still do like jewelry.
Yeah.
So yeah. You want to go over to the water?
Yeah, let's go. It's fenced off. Is that always like that?
No, that's just, I think they're working on something in there, but the path is open.
Oh, the path is open. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. No, this is, again, it was nothing for years and years. And then it was maybe 20 years ago, they finally decided to clean up the whole west side and make a bike path and a running path.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Piers. But again, it's like New York City. How did it take you that long? You know?
I really wonder about that. I love to run. I've only run on the West Side Highway one time.
Okay.
But because I live on the east side, so by the time I run to the west side, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. But I maybe if I could take the train or bike here, then run. That could be a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, that's.
'Cause it's such a nice path. It's flat. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
No,
this
it's
is
nice
big
and
shit.
flat. There's always something to see. Obviously, people watching.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's that's the great thing about this city, right? It's just never a dull moment. I mean, I remember I moved here years ago, and I used to go out, and you would go out like on a Tuesday night and like have like the best night of your life.
Yeah.
Because you're just like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Right? You can meet fun, interesting people.
Totally.
You can. I mean, it's just it's this wild like city where there's no such thing as a night where. You move to some other places and it's like Friday and Saturday.
Do you have any crazy like only New York stories that you can share that you remember, like just wild, maybe like a wild night?
Yeah,
just,
I have so many. I mean, I don't know what the rating of this is, PG or.
I mean, when I upload it on YouTube, I tell them it's not for kids.
Fair enough.
So don't worry.
No, I mean, I think of the characters I've sat next to. One of the more interesting ones, I met the guy who bought the cemetery plot next to Lee Harvey Oswald, if I remember that correctly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's actually, it's like a local, he's not a famous guy or anything, but we just got to chatting, and the bartender was like, he's sort of a strangely local celebrity, this guy, because I guess it was for sale. He saw it like advertised somewhere, like this cemetery plot, and bought it. I think I'm getting that story correct. Yeah. Yeah, there's weird things like that. You just kind of...
That kind of reminds me of the story of the guy who bought the plot above Marilyn Monroe's plot.
Is that right?
Buried upside down, so he could just look at her the whole time.
Stop it.
It's true.
That's amazing.
Then his...
But like she's in a wall?
Yeah, she's built in one of those walls next to Hugh Hefner.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's true. And then so this guy spent a ton of money to get buried upside down on top of Marilyn Monroe, but then he was married, and I think his wife or something had him moved eventually.
No way.
Yeah,
she was pissed.
I mean that's kind of a dick move.
That's a bit of
kind of pervy. And
had he not even discussed it, whether he just did it.
No, I'm sure it was discussed, but
yeah, that's not so.
You know how guys are.
Yeah. That is, that's a little creepy. But yeah, that's the beauty of New York, right? I mean, just any given night, you go out, and especially when you do what we do.
Totally.
I mean, if you have a job, you got to be up in an office, and it's like, all right. Although I know some people who still turn it up,
Oh yeah, I can't. I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not good on little sleep. Okay, this is Blade right here. This is like you get a helicopter to JFK or whatever.
Yeah.
But their door was just open. They had like a nice private bar. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. Damn. Wow. Should we try to go in and have a drink?
I wonder. I also think it's an app, right?
Yeah.
You book these helicopters on an app.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I think I've never been in a helicopter.
It's real. Oh wow, yeah. I took a helicopter from here to the Hamptons once for this promotional thing, and it was beyond cool. Like, you just come down here, get on a helicopter, and 25 minutes later or whatever, we're out in Southampton.
Wow.
But yeah, I just did the Nantucket Comedy Festival.
But you took a private plane though, right?
We did a plane.
That's crazy, man.
That was amazing. Same thing, like little private bar. Like you get to the place, and the plane actually got delayed. There's always bad weather going to Nantucket. So you're just sitting there with like a bar to yourself, throwing down drinks.
It's not bad.
And I was like, this is the way to go. Yeah. And then same thing, Nantucket from New York, right? You drove 6 hours, then you got to take a ferry.
It's incredible.
Next thing you know, we were a half hour, 40 minutes.
All because of comedy. You know what I mean? That's so wild.
Yep. And that is the weird thing. Like, there are months where you can't pay your bills, like you can't pay your rent, but you've flown on a private jet, and you're just like...
That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are months where my wife and I are like, hey, let's take it easy for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
No spontaneous purchases. Don't buy a new computer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that same week I'm like in a huge theater or something.
Yeah. No, exactly. You're doing this giant theater, everything. Yeah. Everything. Town cars picking you up to take you places. I did that. I don't know if I ever told you that story when I opened for Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond. He was performing up in Woodstock the night before Thanksgiving. New York, that's about a 6-hour drive from New York City. And I was like, awesome. And I didn't know him that well at the time. And he calls me up. He's like, how you getting there? It's like the day before. And I was like, I'm just going to drive. you know, how are you getting there? And I said, I'm going to drive. Do you need a ride?
That's so nice.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why he's calling me. And he goes, well, no, I'm taking a private plane. Do you want to ride? And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I meet him out at Teterboro Airport, and it's the greatest thing ever. Private plane, you get on, there's no checked bags, there's no, you know, x-rays, there's no anything.
Wow.
You get on, they don't make you buckle a seatbelt,
Oh, man.
offer you a beer. And we get up there, we have the best gig, and the catch is we're coming back that same night. He's going to spend Thanksgiving in the city with his kids the next day.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm saying
awesome.
yes to everything. I'm going,
Yes.
yep, absolutely, this is great. We get on the plane home after the gig. We land about 1 in the morning out of Teterboro, and he's got a town car waiting for him. And this is like before Uber and everything.
Yeah.
And we're just standing on the runway, and he gets in his car. He goes, "You have a car coming or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I am." You don't want to be the idiot who slows anything down. Like,
Right.
"Yeah, no worries. You know, come on." I had no car coming.
Yeah.
There was no cabs in that hour. I mean, you just
What did you do?
Called my mom.
Oh my God.
So my parents live in Jersey. I had my mom pick me up and drive me
Mom,
home.
wear a tuxedo. Clean the car. Put on a tux.
I was going out there for Thanksgiving the next day anyway, so I was like, all right, well, so can you come get me? I slept in my childhood bed.
Oh my God.
I went from literally taking a private jet, opening for a 3-time Emmy Award-winning
I love that.
sitcom star,
Seriously.
to sleeping in a childhood bed.
Huge star. Wow.
Yeah, that's the business.
That is so fun. I love those types of stories.
Yeah, that's. I think everyone in comedy has one, right?
Oh yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
It's also a New York thing, though, too. I know people who work, you know, in corporate jobs and desk jobs and all that kind of stuff, and it's the same thing. They'll be like, in 1 week, I'll have ramen noodles and eat in the nicest restaurant in New York City because it was a company thing.
Yeah.
You're just like, no rhyme, no reason.
You get like a taste of that glory. You get a small taste of what it's like to really make it.
Yep.
And then you're then you get humbled real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
By either sleeping in your childhood bed or not getting spots or whatever it is.
Yep.
Crazy.
No, it's
defaulting on payments, whatever it is.
I don't know anything about that. It is amazing though how we get comfortable with making no money and being like not that you're like comfortable, but you do it for so long, like you're not sure where your next check is coming from. You're not sure that you just kind of get used to living that way.
Yeah.
And it is a little amazing that we
just make it work somehow.
Yeah.
And you know, it is nice being married, but it's also very stressful as well because now we have, you know, more than one mouth to worry about.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that all of a sudden you factor it in, and then I had a kid, and so now.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. I knew. Emmy, very cute baby.
But
She's adorable.
So even that becomes like, now you really, because like even getting married, not to like downplay it, but you're like, all right, we're both adults, you know.
Yeah.
But now you got a kid. You're like, oh man, like this thing depends on me.
Yeah.
Like, she really, like you really gotta not be an idiot and make some money and be responsible. And,
gotta say yes to those crap gigs that pay well. But even though you don't want to do them.
Well, you know, it's funny. We are on 30th and 11th, and we're gonna go pick up my dry cleaning.
Oh, perfect. Are we going to?
Yeah.
All right.
Or Kate's dry cleaning.
All right, let's do it.
But yeah, so, well, it's funny because when I first, I don't know if this was the right move or not, but when I started being a comedian, I said yes to everything.
Sure.
I was user-friendly.
As you should.
Always yes. Whatever the money is, I don't care. I want the stage time, the experience.
That's where I'm at right now, I think.
Yeah.
I'll do anything.
I'll drive and lose money on, gas money just to get on stage. And so, and I like that I did that. I always had a good reputation for being the fun guy to work with, a nice guy, and always on time, never a problem. And then I started seeing comics like get difficult with money, and a lot of times it was, well, sometimes if they had some success, which of course, you want to make more, but a lot of times they had a kid. And it was, I can think of a few times I saw a comic be like, nah, you can't come for that, that's not enough. And me being like, are you out of your mind? Like, you still, just because you had a kid, that's not the club's fault.
Right.
That's not but I mean, a large percentage of the time, they were getting it. They were getting a raise.
Wow.
And I remember thinking like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
Like, why would you tell a club that I have a kid? That's not his problem. Well,
right.
You're
your decision.
Yeah,
right.
You're the same comic. You're the same everything. I got to pay you more. You have a kid. And I mean, tell you, these comics.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they said, okay, someone, not always, but I remember, and I was like, oh shoot.
Well, I'm a grandfather. I got to email Esty.
You got to say. Exactly.
That's the times have changed.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right? Not the same man I was in 2019.
I'm a grandpa now. Yeah. You got to hook me up.
Jesus.
But I guess, guys like you and I who are nice and are friendly and are, do a good job and all that, I think, we, probably more apt to get a raise, I mean, people like us and want to.
Isn't spot pay the same for everyone? Like at every club pretty much across the board?
Yeah, well, for like local New York spots, yeah. But I'm talking, the road. Like I always just got the minimum, whatever they pay their headliners.
For road spot.
Yeah, we pay them, $1,200, $1,500, whatever the basic pay was.
Okay.
And I knew that I wasn't a draw. I knew that I was funny and I do a good job, but it wasn't, you put my name up, it's not selling out the theater or selling out the club. So, yeah, so I was always like, lucky to have the work. They don't need me as much as I need them. But I will say now I'm getting a little more picky. I don't know if am I supposed to be funny on this thing? Because I don't think I'm being very funny.
you're first of all, you are being funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just going off.
No, this is good.
I'm just like a therapy session.
No, I feel, listen, people don't want to see someone put on an act for 30, 45 minutes, we want to hear the real, authentic Michael and hear what it's really like to live in New York as a comedian. I think that's important.
Well, then I'm killing it.
Maybe you are. You're going to be invited back, I know for sure.
Fabulous. All right. I like it. But I think...
as long as you don't try to get paid more.
Yeah.
Then you'll be all right.
That's the hook.
There it is.
That's a callback you just did.
I'm trying.
That was good.
Working on it. Gotta keep paying attention. Sometimes you've been good, but there's sometimes on these podcasts I just zone out.
Do you?
Yeah, sometimes. It's hard because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, there's a lot of things I'm worried about. Like I have to, I don't want to hit anyone with my selfie stick. I need to think of questions. But you and I have we've known each other for, I guess only 2018, 17?
Is that all?
2017 we met?
That's crazy because it feels longer in a good way.
It does.
Feels like decades.
So we met performing at the Comedy Magic Club across the country in Hermosa Beach, which is one of my favorite clubs in the entire world. The first club to ever pass me, which means sometimes people think that means they didn't want you, but that means that you got accepted, you got passed into the club, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, we met there, I'm from New York, and we were staying at the same hotel.
Right.
I remember Gina was with me, and we drove to the club sometimes together.
Yeah.
And then we just became good pals.
Yeah. No, well, you were fun. You always worry when you're, not always, but you're going to work with someone you don't know, and then you find out they're in the hotel and the whole thing, and you're like, oh no.
I don't want to see them.
Yeah, what if I don't like them? We don't get along. Right. They're weird. Yeah. They want to hang out all week.
No.
And so I remember you were with your wife. I'm like, all right, perfect. He's got his wife with him. So regardless, he's got, he's like, because sometimes, you get on the gig and it's not.
But here, isn't it so funny how now I'm like, I want to do Hermosa Beach again for the whole week with Michael without my wife.
Exactly.
Just so you and I can do comedy and not worry about
exactly.
Okay, whatever.
I'm going to run up in here. I don't know if they want you filming.
I'll be discreet.
And I have to give my phone number to get the stuff.
Don't worry.
So I won't
put your number in there.
Yeah.
$153. Wow.
For just for her clothes for a work week.
Wow. Well, she can write it off though, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
I don't think you can write off dry cleaning, right?
Oh, well, whoops.
But then they're always like nickel and diamond. You see, that was a brand new sign, and it was basically, hey, you owe 3.75% more if you pay with a credit card.
Yeah.
But you get, you don't owe 3.75% more. If normally you pay cash and you get a break or a discount.
Right.
That was no discount. That was just, you pay the same as you did last week by paying cash, but if you don't, you're paying more.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
New York I always say New York will eat you up, spit you out, and then just play with you for a little bit. It's never nothing's ever, Gina always has this big complaint. Nothing's easy here. Everything's a production.
Exactly.
I wanted to go to jury duty. They sent me there the wrong day. I got to go back another day. I go to the doctor. I'm waiting 3 hours just to get seen.
Yeah.
Even though I have an appointment. They don't take my insurance anymore, but they told me they did.
That's, it's such a good. It's it's so true. You don't ever want to do anything because everything is a process. Everything's a problem. Nothing ever just goes smoothly.
No.
To the point where we just got our new apartment and we had the cable guy, so we're going to cross over when we can, and we'll go through our nice little courtyard. But we had a cable guy come to hook up the new TV and internet.
Yeah.
And Kate and I, my wife, were raving for 2 hours
Oh
after the
my
guy
God.
left, like how amazing that was. The guy was great. The guy was like, that was the best experience. That was the most amazing. And then, like, as the day went on, we realized all he did was his job. He just came and hooked it up like he was supposed to and left. But it's so hard to have something go well these days.
So true.
That you're like, that was incredible. Then we're
So
like, what was
true.
so incredible about it?
It's wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, Michael, you are one of my favorite comics. You also help me out with a lot of jokes. He's my comedy guru. Whenever I have a bit or an idea, I send it to Michael. He gives me notes, sends it back. He lets me know the honest to God truth. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because
You're a
comedy is
funny
not
dude.
easy, but he's a funny guy. It makes it fun. And we're gonna go write some jokes right now in his apartment. So before we do that, why don't you let people know where they can find you on the internet?
Well, you just told them where I live, so.
Oh yeah. Here on.
Anyway, go
Hold on.
over.
All right. Well, here we are. Well, we're not at Michael's apartment. All right. Let people know where they can find you.
So you go to michaelsomerville.com, but my Instagram is Instagram/michaelsomerville, and I got a bunch of followers thanks to the videos that Marcus helped me make.
Yeah.
And so try to post a lot of stuff every week and keep you laughing.
Come see him at the Comedy Cellar. You have dates with Kathleen Madigan, and you're going to be in Vegas, I'm sure. You
Yeah,
go to
Super
Vegas
Bowl
a couple
week,
times.
yep.
Super Bowl week.
Yep, at Brad
This
Garrett's.
guy is always working. We did it. Talkie Walkie.